I'm your host, Logan 123. You're joining me for Titanic Episode 7. But it's true, the Baron is a con man and a commoner dining out on the rich and famous. It seems like there are more plots than passengers in first class. Lena had a fitting with her employer, Lady Duff Gordon, and left me to decide what to do with this revelation. I retreated to the library to think, but my mind is, well, and truly distracted. I wish Helene were here to help me sort through my thoughts. A familiar pang of guilt hits me at the thought of her in steerage, alone because of me. The low notes of a cello cut through my thoughts. The quintet has arrived, set to play the hour before dinner. But before I can enjoy the music, I see Matteo striding towards me, clearly worked up about something. Zetta's asking for you, though I must warn you, she's in something of a state. You alright? Why are you telling me this? Yes, a state of being awful. Is she alright? A state? She's not unwell, is she? Last I checked, excessive weeping doesn't suggest anything too dire. But it could provide an opportunity for you. Zetta's breakdown is your chance to dig for information. There's no rest for a secretary spy, then, is there? Fine, lead on, Matteo. As we ascend into the lift, I hear an echo of the quintet beginning to play. Outside Zetta's stateroom, Matteo pauses. You've been busy today, no doubt. I try to read his expression, but could he know about our investigation of the Baron? He glances behind me, ensuring that no one is around in the hallway. Remember, you have a job to do. More than one. With that, Matteo knocks twice on the stateroom door and opens them, announcing my presence before he slips away. My eyes slowly adjust to the dim room. There's a strange mechanical clicking sound coming from a contraption in the corner. A film projector. Zetta has her own personal cinema. She sprawls in her chair, sloshing a glass of red wine in her hand, a pained look on her face. Sabine gestures to a chair, and I take a seat. A wooden performance. You need something? Yes, is it certainly wooden? Watch the movie. I fold my hands in my lap. I have no idea what she's on about. On screen, the actors gather around a switchboard. The sweet-faced woman looks distressed. I startle at a sudden change in the picture, which shows a swirling sea, so like the waves we travel through now. What? That you are gasping over there, Adele. That's why we do it. To delight people, to move them. Do you like pictures? Wish I could see more. Fantasy isn't health. Life keeps me plenty busy. Wish I could see more. I love to go, and then when I have time, some spare change. Helene loves them too. We saw a picture with a train once, and when it came towards us on the screen, we all ducked. It was thrilling. And what about the ones that tell a story? Those fans strike your fancy? I'm not sure. Like this one. CQD, or Saved by Wireless. The picture is called The Ship is Sinking, and oh, I'm going to spoil the ending for you. Before I can respond, Zetta continues, holding her glass up for more wine, which Sabine pours. No matter, the ship is sinking. They're goners into the last minute when they send a distress signal. Saved by wireless. You follow? Suspenseful adventure on the high seas, romance, spectacular setting, popular movie played all over. See that girl yonder? Zetta points to the screen where the dimpled heroine is smiling on the deck of the ship. That is Lillian Walker. Should have been me. I was lined up to star, but they passed you. You know why? The world of movies is a world of fresh faces, and I'm not a fresh face. Not anymore. That's absurd. Aging is beautiful. Concerned about your future. Aging is not beautiful. It really isn't. But You're concerned about your future. I can see why you're worried. These younger actresses are a threat. Zetta looks over at me, her expression bitter. You have hit the nail on the head. In any case, the union with Richard gives me hope on dark days. Well, I'm glad you have something good on the horizon. A sly smile plays around Zetta's lips. Yes, I'm glad I have a good director on the horizon. The moment feels pulled tight. There's something she's not saying, but Sabine reappears when I inquire. Madame, I have lost interest in the film. I see. Might we ask the projectors for another? Or would you like some tea? Or a nice glass of water? I'm gonna go with probably one more wine. Zetta lolls her head back on a cushion and groans. Leave us be, Sabine. My sadness can't be stopped with water. I just want to be young again. I remember it all so well. It's a scene from Zetta's past. Those were the days, weren't they? Let Sabine handle it. You know what? Let's explore a scene. I was 15 when I decided what I would do with my life. 15 when I went looking for the most famous director in Vienna. A man so famous I wasn't allowed to audition for his current play. But I wouldn't give up so easily. My name is Zetta, and I'm here to choose my destiny. Outside Vienna's Berg Theatre, I wait until I see a stagehand approach, and I slip in the side door behind him. Inside, I smell fresh paint, dust on velvet. I follow the sound of voices to the main stage, and I am pleased to find it empty. I peek out, then there he is, sitting in the third row reviewing his script. If I'm lucky, he realizes his mistake, casts me immediately. If not, he has me thrown out. But remembers me next time. Now, how do I win him over? Act like a diva. Make up a role for yourself. Honesty is the best policy. Before I know it, I'm standing in front of him, hands folded in front of me. I take a deep breath. I beg your pardon, sir. Director glances up briefly, then looks back at his note. What is it? My name is Zetta. I begin, but I can't help but notice he's still writing as if I'm not even there. You know you should really look at people when they speak to you. Finally his pencil stops, he meets my eyes, his voice is surprisingly quiet. And who do we have here, lecturing at me on manners? I'm Zetta. I was turned away from your audition. I've come to ask you to reconsider. Snuck in by the looks of it. You're bold, but no. I'll leave before I have you removed from my rehearsal. I won't leave until you consider me for a role in this production. Or the next one. I can do it. My goodness, you've barely come of age. Shouldn't you be, I don't know, learning to sew? What has possessed you with such hunger for the stage? Acting is life. I love the stage. I love to tell stories. Why would I do anything else? Everyone loves telling stories. It doesn't qualify you to do it professionally. But I already am professional. My dear, you broke into a closed rehearsal and accosted a director. I'd be surprised if you ever set foot in a theatre, let alone acting in one. I've seen plays. Oh, what's your favourite? Henry IV? Antigone? The Wedding? He is trying to intimidate me. My mind races for a response. I'm an actress, not an audience member. Don't underestimate me. I found you, didn't I? Ooh, I found you, didn't I? Thousands of people watch those plays, yet I'm the only one who's in front of you. Ooh, you do have courage. And now I have your attention. Ooh, I like her. Well, young Zetta, it made you impress me and amuse me. I'll allow an audition. For a moment, I don't quite register what he is saying. He'll allow an audition? He'll audition me? Feel my face breaking out into a grin. I resist the urge to take his hand and shake it. Really? Really, I have no sense of your talent, but you've got looks on you. That could take you quite far. And more than looks. I've got much more than a pretty face, you'll see. Just remember what got you in the door, my dear. It won't hurt. He puts his palm towards the gilded ceiling, the sparkling chandeliers, and lifts his eyes. Everyone loves beautiful things. He wasn't a kind man, that director, but he wasn't cruel either, and he gave me my start. And I ain't anywhere near finished. You experienced her past that will help shape her future. Okay, we'll see. She empties her glass and looks at me, her fire in her eyes. I am a great actress. Show me some acting, then. I don't doubt it. You're the best there is. I don't doubt it. Not many people could be where you are without talent. You don't have to convince me. Sometimes I feel like I do have to convince you. That gives me a searching look. But I like that about you. In the corner, the film reel sputters. The movie's over. Sabine hurries over to search of the projectionist. I realize that for the first time, we're alone. Sabine has been loyal to me since before I was Zetta. She is a worthy companion. I know it's strange, but I spend more time with the staff than I do regular folks. And yet, I'm not supposed to consider them friends. Gets me off before I even take a breath to reply. It's all right. Don't pretend you'd be here if I weren't paying. Just know. This woman before you, she was normal once. It's why I'm so grateful to have a normal moment with you. Just doing my job would be a really crappy response. Reach out to comfort her. My hand is reaching out for hers before I know what I'm doing. She looks startled for a moment, but she lets me take it. I'm meant to reassure her, but when we let go, I can feel my heart beat. It's funny, isn't it? How it's easier to confide in strangers sometimes. I'm supposed to be the strong one, you see, mysterious, unflappable. Can you imagine me confiding in James or the Baron, poor dear? My mind begins to race. Their failings run so much deeper than she realizes. The Baron has lied to her from day one, and James could ruin her rather than risk her precious inheritance. I'm here to trick Zetta. If I don't tell her, what does that make me? But tell her what? I calm down, one decision at a time, Adele. Adele, you're right. The Baron first. I could reveal him as a fraud, turn Zetta's trust to save her from his tricks, or say nothing. The Baron is not who he seems. You mentioned your friend the Baron. Well, he tells Zetta everything Lena and I discovered about the man claiming to be the Baron von Gutenberg. I notice Zetta has rested her chin in her hand, her eyes bright as if I'm telling the most amusing tale. As I finish, to my surprise, Zetta bursts out laughing and claps her hands. You little Sherlock Holmes, you... Beg pardon? I thought you'd be a bit more, well, disturbed by the news. Disturbed? No, impressed by your sweet little investigation, yes. You see, he's been conning the upper crust for years, running up tabs, vague European relatives, betting against the odds. I keep him around these days because I'm casting a picture about a grifter, and I need his help for research. He's a fascinating study. Oh, I don't know what to say. Why don't you, why? You said it all, honey. You weren't all twisted up about the old dog, were you? Of course I was. I suppose it was nothing. Of course I was. How could I not be worried? I thought he was taking advantage of you. Zetta gives me a soft smile. I'm smarter than I look, but I can't tell you how much your loyalty means to me. You must be my secretary and my soldier. How about that? She winks playfully, and there's something about the way she looks at me. I can't help but feel that she senses there's something I'm not saying. I don't know when, or if I'll be alone with Zetta again. I know so little about her. If I tell her about James's blackmail now, it may ruin me. It may ruin everything. Nope. No offense, but I'm actually going to play this close to the chest, or close to the heart, as they say. Tell her about the truth. Zetta, there is something else I want to tell you. Oh, give me your best, darling. I tell her everything about how I was sent to jail, how James and I shared a cell block, and how Mateo came back with a deal. A deal I accepted, not knowing the true cost. She grows warier the longer I go on. When I finish, her eyes are narrow, her face stony. Why would Dave James do such a thing? I love him like I would a son. He knows that. He's afraid of being poor. He's scared of losing you to your fiancé and losing all the money you give him, unfortunately. I see. I didn't realize my nephew's love had a price. But no matter, I don't believe you. What? What? Okay, fine. You then. But I don't disbelieve you either. I know James is since infancy. I am his only family in the world. I can't take up arms against my own nephew on a word of a convict posing as a secretary. I understand. Family's everything. I would have the same doubts if I were you. I, too, put family above everything. But you must understand, you may not trust my word, but that won't change a thing. James will remain a danger to us both. Zetta puts up her hand. Please, I need to take all this in. We won't act rashly. First things first, not a word of this to James, no word of this to anyone, especially not about your legal situation. With that said, we'll consider what you've suggested. If there's any truth to it, you've brought a lot of trouble on yourself. I have to respect your courage. So if you show me more solid evidence, I'll believe you. I'll prove it to you. If there's a way to show you James is scheming firsthand, I'll find it, I promise. I hope you're right. Be on your way now. I may love intrigue, but another word from you might send me overboard. I'm at the door on Sabine, who quickly straightens, smoothing her skirt. She was eavesdropping. That much is clear. As I pass her, she clasps my wrist once and gives me a curt nod. She believes me. I can tell. She knows James is suspect. I nod back and we go our separate ways. Head towards the exit to the deck, trying to grasp all what was said in the flickering room. I told Zetta the truth, but she doesn't trust me. No, she didn't distrust you. She just said she needs some evidence. As she doesn't distrust you or trust you. It's completely different. How can I get proof that I'm a pawn in James's game? Before I realize it, I'm knocked into something solid and warm. I look up to see Charlie. Welcome back to the Titanic, Miss Karim. You look like you were deep in thought, and any secret missions you need me to outfit? No, thank goodness. I was just getting some sea air. Charlie sees right through my breezy response. How are you doing, Adele? And I mean really. I'm distressed. To be honest, I'm confused between Zetta and her bleeding nephew. Whatever I do, I'm gonna hurt someone. It's hard to look that kind of thing in the face, isn't it? But, you see how it really is. That means you can do something to change it. I've got, just the thing to bring you around. Let's go see Helene, shall we? That would be really lovely, Charlie. Thank you. But first, a little detour. I promise you'll like it. As long as there's no chance of running into my benefactors, I'm in. Ah, no chance in hell. Come on, then. I follow Charlie inside. We descend into stairage. Once we're off the lift, we veer off into a hallway I never noticed before. Through the narrow doors, down sets of bare, weary steps through more hallways. Suddenly the hall opens to a giant room. No room! No, room is too small a word. We have entered a new world. We're suspended on a gangplank, stories high, though through steam I see massive bolted cylinders like boulders sitting in rows. I hear bursts and roars, creaks and scrapes, 10 times louder than the streets of London, and under them men calling, singing, shouting in time. The air is thick and hot. It presses on my skin and stings my eyes, setting in my chest. Charlie surveys the chaos like he's the king of it all and turns to me to yell over the dim. Welcome to the boiler room. It's the heart of the ship. It's amazing. Never thought I'd see such a thing in my lifetime. It's truly fantastic, Charlie. Makes me believe in people and know we can build it all. This is the real Titanic. Come on, I'll give you the tour. Carefully walk along the gangplank and take a ladder down to the lower level. Men load carts of coal and run them through the clouds of white smoke, where more men shovel the heaps into the fiery mouths of the boilers. Charlie points to each operation with the awe of a man seeing a miracle. Every bit of electricity on the ship comes from these boilers. 24 Scotch double in, 5 single in. They run the engine too, creating steam which goes up to the engine room. Quite the expert. Either every steward on the ship is a professional in the boiler rooms, or you have yourself a bit of a session. Charlie grins and shrugs. Did you forget? This is where I started my career. And, well, I love to know how things work. Especially fiery things. Interesting fixation for a man who spends his life on the water. A man barrels past us with a wheelbarrow full of coal. His face, like all the others, is covered with soot and shining sweat. Hey, could that be John? The man turns and winks at Charlie before continuing his path to the boilers. You know him. Oh, we used to work together. Soon, the man has doubled back with his wheelbarrow, now empty. He smiles at me with a mouthful of crooked teeth. Is that Charlie Stoke? Oi, Stoke! You brought a lady to your place in the Black Gang, did you? Haha, Adele's quite a woman, but a good steward doesn't ask a passenger to shovel coal. John grins broader, and his tone is full of good-spirited challenge. Sounds like the good steward is afraid he's gone soft. He's afraid a lady can shovel faster than him. Should really show these two what the hard-working woman is capable of. Or, there's no time for a silly race. I'm not feeling up to beating records today, not in a hot furnace at least. I don't blame you. I have to admit, I'm partial to the mechanics of it all. I don't miss the hard labor. Reminds me of why I prefer being a steward. Either way, though, as long as I'm on the ship, I'm happy. Maybe someday I'll really learn the science of it at engineering school or the like. You'll find a way. I bet you'll be a splendid engineer. Helene will help you study maths, if you'd like. Helene, not you? Put on airs, exaggerating. It's not that I'm not good at maths, it's just that I'm far too advanced. Charlie catches on and gives me a grin. We wave goodbye to John and climb back to the precarious ladder to the gangplank. We talk more of the wild dreams we have for America, the stories where you've heard about the Wild West. We're huddled close, struggling to be heard above the din. When Charlie laughs, I can feel it vibrate through his body, his shoulder touching mine. I needed this. This is exactly the detour I needed. Loud, funny, new. Thank you. It was my pleasure. I'm glad you could see my favorite place, and suddenly the door on the end of the gangplank opens, and a grim, heavy-jawed man steps out. He grunts and makes a shooing motion, indicating we should leave. Right away, sir. Charlie grabs my hand and pulls me past the man, stifling in laughter. All right, off to see Helene. We leave behind the boiler room and re-enter the steerage, walking past conversations from all over the world. I knock on the door of Helene's cabin and wait. No answer. I try to quell a small jolt of panic. I knock again louder. No one comes to the door. Suddenly I hear my name. Miss Rohanna approaches from down the hall. Ah, Adele. You must be looking for Helene. She is with your friend. I'm sorry, which friend? Sharp nose, nice suit, hair with the oil in it. I told Helene he knew you from London. My stomach drops to the floor. The man she describes as James. Where are they? I'm not sure. He talked about how sunny it was. All of only the private decks. Translate. This is honest Arabic to Charlie, stumbling over my words as I go. This is my private promenade. We have to find them. We can't let her be alone with him. We have to get to Helene. Lift up my skirts and we dash up to first class, taking any unoccupied halls at a run. As we jog, Charlie explains that Bruce Ismay is one of the owners of the Titanic. This promenade is supposed to have the best view of the whole ship. And unfortunately, it's completely cut off from everything else. Swallow my nerves and keep moving. Charlie unlocks the doors to the promenade. I'm almost blind. Against the sunlight glare, the glass panels, and I can make out 3 seated figures. Bill, hi! I shield my eyes and move closer, trying not to betray fear in my voice. Lainey, are you alright? Of course. Why wouldn't I be? She is seated between 2 men, James and Mateo, each of them holding a hand of cards. Lainey looks as relaxed as she can be, biting her lip in concentration as she decides which card to play. James puts on a bright, white smile, holding his palm out in welcome and gesturing me forward. Adele, finally, come sit next to your sister. In a glance, only I see his eyes narrow just slightly, a threat. Come, join the game. Well, I hope y'all did enjoy the video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Head down in the description below, links to social media, Discord, and if you'd like to support me and my content, it's very much appreciated if you do so. Also, consider hitting that bell icon to receive notifications. And, hey, consider hitting that join button on YouTube. It means a lot. It's a way of showing your support for the channel. And, hey, so Pokemon Shield and Sword are releasing in literally an hour from me recording this, as well as the new Star Wars game that I will be recording, both of which on Twitch. So twitch.tv/locum23, or link down below in the description. Please consider coming to the channel and checking it out. Also, if you do use Amazon Prime, you are wasting it by not using your Twitch Prime, which is the same thing. All you have to do is link to your Twitch account. It's a way of supporting a content creator on Twitch. So, without further ado, thanks for watching. I'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.